Today's topic is about the case of George Stinney Jr. He was a 14-year-old African American who became the youngest person executed in the United States in the 20th century. George Stinney Jr. was born on October 21st, 1929, in Alkaloo, South Carolina. He grew up in a segregated mill town where African American and Caucasian families lived completely separated. His father worked at the mill, his mother did domestic work. George was small for his age, only 5'1" and 90 pounds. He liked drawing, playing outside, and taking care of his siblings. Nothing in his life suggested he would ever be involved in a crime. In March 1944, two Caucasian girls aged 11 and 8 were found murdered. George and his little sister had spoken to the girls earlier that day when the girls asked about flowers. Hours later, police arrested George. There was no evidence, no fingerprints, no weapon, and no witness placing him at the crime scene. He was questioned alone, without his parents, without a lawyer, and without food or rest. Within hours, police claimed he confessed. Why wrongful convictions happen. In this case, presumption of guilt was 100% shown in this case. George was an African American, the victims were Caucasian, and the town immediately assumed he was guilty. Faulty eyewitnesses also happened in this case. No eyewitnesses ever saw George commit anything, but Caucasians assumed they saw him with the girls due to possibly his race. False confessions also happen a lot. Police interrogated him, a terrified 14-year-old, for hours with no parent, no support, and no lawyer. This is a classic of false confessions and how these things happen. Bad defense in the counsels as well. George court opponent lawyer did almost nothing. No objections, no witnesses, no defense strategies, nothing. As well as there was no real forensics. There was zero forensic evidence linking him to the crime, yet officials claimed he must have done something. Tunnel vision also happens. Police locked onto George immediately and stopped searching for the real killer due to, again, his possible skin color. Jury bias also happens a lot. Being that his jury was all white and the trial lasted just 2 hours, the jury took 10 minutes to convict him. Lost or hidden evidence also goes hand in hand to these things. Police files, original notes, and key reports suddenly disappear over time. Appeals also take decades. George never even got an appeal. He was executed 83 days after being arrested. It took 70 years before his conviction was overturned in 2014. On June 16, 1944, George, still only 14, was put in an electric chair. Because he was so small, he had to sit on a Bible. His mask was too big and fell off during the execution. This remains one of the darkest moments in American legal history. The wrongful conviction of George Stinney Jr. shows that the justice system can fail, especially when race, fear, and rush judgments comes into play. This case reminds people why we need safer guards like better defense support, recorded interrogations, eliminating racial bias, understanding the implications of how things can change and why things should change. We just need to do better in the community, in the society, in life in general. George Stinney Jr. should have lived a full life. Instead, he became a symbol of what happens when a system assumes guilt instead of seeking truth. Wrongful convictions are not just legal mistakes, they are human tragedies.